Hey, what's up, guys? So, today I'm talking about something that actually traumatized me. I remember when this happened in class. I, no joke, thought I was gonna fucking die soon. I was actually scared about this. And yeah, it's kind of funny, though, now that I look back. Actually, not really funny. This is actually just more like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna talk about it today, so please leave a like if you enjoy. Be dope if we get 10k likes. And let's start this. So this starts as any other normal day for me when I was 15. And I got up early as fuck, of course, on a Tuesday to go to school. And at the time, I was in this one class, and someone sat next to me in that class because we had assigned seats, who was very fucking weird. That's all I'm gonna say. He had some shit going on in his head all the time. I don't know what it was, but he was just very, very quiet, and he would only talk if he was called on by the teacher or if he was extremely pissed and telling you to shut the fuck up. Like, he was a very mean-ass kid. And we'll call this dude Ryan, okay? Ryan, I don't think had anything wrong with him. Maybe some stuff mentally, but he was just, he was doing what Ryan was doing, and that was being a student. So on this day, I walk in. My second period of the day was the class with Ryan, and I go in there. I'm skipping right to that part. I go in there, walk in, and I sit down, and I look at Ryan, okay, and he looks a little bit just, like, not doing well. Like, his face was, like, flushed, and he just was, like, staring at his homework, and one of his hands was like in a fist on the desk, and he just looked pissed. And every time he was like breathing in and out, he was like doing it super hard and just making like weird like grunting sounds and shit. So I nicely asked him, I'm like, hey Ryan, are you good, dude? And he just looks at me and he goes, don't fucking talk to me. And I was like, okay. So I just sit down, right? I'm like, he's clearly having a bad day, right? Now, I know some of you might be a little bit different than me, and if someone tells you, like, shut the fuck up, you'll just roundhouse kick their ass into a locker and just, send them to hell to just take it in the ass by demons for the rest of their life. I'm not like that. Like, I just usually give people a chance if they're having a bad day. They'll probably apologize later, right? Because I go from experience. I've had people do the same shit that Ryan's done to me, and it's ended a completely different way. Like, I had one kid when I was actually 14. He said the same thing pretty much. I walked into class. He was having a super annoying day, and I walked up to him, and I asked for a pencil, and he was like, dude, fuck out of here. I was like, all right, shit. And then later after class, he's like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, just got dumped. I was like, oh, it's all good, man. But Ryan, no, I guess someone on this certain day must have fucking ripped his heart out and fed it to him for breakfast because he was pissed. So I sit down, and the whole fucking class, like the whole fucking time, he is just like grunting and making weird noises and breathing hard and just like being pissed off, right? He's like slamming his shit on the desk. And towards the end of the class, we're not even done with our lesson yet, he takes this big ass hardcover book, slams it shut, and just throws it on the fucking ground. And he just yells out to the whole class, I'm fucking done. And the teacher looks at both of us, right? Not just him, because he slammed the book on the ground. He looks at me and him, because we're sitting right next to each other. And he goes, Austin, what'd you do to him? And I honestly just want to be like, oh, come the fuck on. Like, I didn't do a thing, and I'm getting blamed. But I was just like, I didn't say a thing the whole class. And he's like, both of you out to the hallway. I was like, seriously? And he's like, just go out there, man. Come on and talk to you in a little bit. I was like, all right, fine. So I walk out there. This kid follows behind me. It's just me and Ryan. And I'm sitting there in the hallway. And I'm just leaning up against the wall, trying not to make eye contact with him, while he's just awkwardly staring at me. And finally, I'm just like, yo, Ryan, are you cool, man? Like, you seem so upset. And I shit you not, he takes his backpack off and whips it at me, like throws it at me, trying to hit me with his fucking backpack filled with heavy-ass books. And I moved out of the way quick enough, because it's a backpack. Didn't throw it that hard or that fast. So I moved out of the way, and I was like, dude, throw one more fucking thing at me for trying to help you. And then he goes on to say the most fucked up shit I've ever heard anyone say to me in my life. And I make fucking YouTube videos every day. Like, some of you motherfuckers in the comments say some horrible shit. He goes, I'll literally break into your house and fucking murder your entire family. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. I'll kill you last, too. I was like, the fuck did you just say, dude? I actually didn't believe it. And luckily, the teacher came out while he was saying this shit, so he heard some of the last parts of just him swearing, and he knew that he was threatening me. So the teacher was like, hey, what'd you just say? And you'd think he'd lie, right? Like, the teacher was like, hey, what'd you just say? You think he'd just say some bullshit like, oh, I told him to shut the fuck up. He repeats the exact sentence to the teacher. He's like, oh, I said I'd break into his house and fucking kill his family. I, no joke, wanted to ask him, like, who the fuck hurt you, man? Like, what did someone do to you? I was actually expecting a black hole to open in the middle of the hallway and just suck him back down from where he came from. Like, what the fuck? Now, my teacher's facial expression was about 10 times worse than mine. He actually didn't believe what he heard. He did a double take. He actually looked me in the eyes and then looked back at him and then looked at me again. My teacher just tells me, he's like, Austin, go back to class right now. So I walk into class. He then follows me back in, shuts the door, fucking locks it, and then gets the phone and calls security to go escort this kid away to the office or something. And he's like, did he really say that to you? I was like, yeah, he just doesn't like me for some reason today. I don't know why. He's like, good move on your part for not trying to fight him for that, because most students here would. My teacher was really, really cool about it. And I was like, honestly, I kind of wanted to, but at the same time, it's like, he's probably going to pull a knife out. I wouldn't put it past him to have some shit like that on him just waiting. He's like, I don't know, I doubt it. Anyway, security came, got the kid, brought him up to the office. Then I get called up like 30 minutes later, right? And I went into the room, and it was him, security, the principal, and this kid's mom. And I was like, why do I get sucked into this? And immediately the principal's like, Ryan, do you have something to say to him? And he apologizes, which is cool, but like, let's be honest, he wouldn't fucking say sorry if it wasn't for the principal being like, do you have something to say? I honestly think if we were in that room alone, just me and him, he'd pull a fucking flamethrower out and light my ass up. But that didn't happen, luckily. And I was like, yeah, it's all good. And this kid's mom's like, seriously, he had a really bad day today. I was arguing this morning with his dad, and just, he was not doing well. I was like, that's fine, but your son literally threatened to murder me. Like, you should actually get him counseling. It's probably a sign of something. Like, he's threatening to kill people when he gets upset. That's not good. Buy him a stress ball or some shit. And when I said that, the principal looked at me like she wanted to punch me in the face, but the mom actually didn't. And she was like, I'm actually working on that right now. We're talking to the counselor. We're actually going to work on getting him pulled out of school because he's not good in this like social situation. I was like, yeah, a little bit. And my principal's like, all right, you can go now, Austin. I was like, all right, have a good day, everyone. Just like walked out of the room. And I just took a deep breath, and I was like, another day, another fucking murder threat. And that was pretty much where it ended. The next day, he was in ISS, I think. Like, he was suspended. And then a couple days later, he came back into class and like sat next to me. And he was super quiet, really, really just not saying a thing. The one thing he said to me, he asked to borrow something, and I gave it to him because I'm not a complete dickhead. And then eventually he left. I think he actually went to like homeschooling or like a different school or just a different class. I didn't see him ever. And that was it. That first week, I was actually scared. Like, I was like, is this fucking dude gonna show up to my house one night or something with like a squad of people, or just alone with some weapon or something? Like, I was actually freaked out that he was gonna go through with his threats. Just because, like, his eyes, when he looked at me and said it, I was like, this fucker is crazy. But no, he didn't do anything. I don't think he ever will. I think he was just super, super pissed off and probably plays a lot of Xbox and just has that very wide vocabulary of pissing people off. But that was pretty much the end. I have no idea where Ryan is at now. Hopefully he's working like a nice job and is like super successful. Maybe a porn star. I feel like a porn star would fit Ryan really, really well. Like a professional, just famous porn star. And hopefully that just relieves all the stress, right? Just being a porn star, that's got to relieve stress, right? Actually, I feel like being a porn star would not relieve stress at all. You actually have to go through a fuck ton of stuff to be a guy porn star. At least I've heard. I feel like, I don't know, I don't study that stuff enough, but I feel like it would actually be super stressful having to constantly fuck over and over and over every single day. Actually, it does not make it sound stressful at all. It makes it sound really, really awesome, but I don't know, man. Like, your dick could probably get really, really tired and then just not work anymore. Can that happen? Can someone let me know? Can your dick just stop working? Anyway, funny thing is, my principal actually called me back up 2 weeks later after this whole incident and talked to me about it, and she was like, yeah, he has a school counseling appointment every week now until we can find a better environment for him. That's what he's going to be doing, just talking to the counselor. And I actually have to talk to you about something, Austin. I was like, what's that? She's like, yesterday, you walked out of school early, and I actually just wanted to scream. I was like, are you serious? I left school the day before this, okay, 5 minutes early to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a fucking coffee, and she tried to give me detention for 2 days over it. So I told her, I was like, it was 5 minutes early, and I had permission from the teacher to leave the class. Like, what? And she's like, I don't care. The bell wasn't ringing to dismiss you guys outside. I was like, a couple weeks ago, someone actually threatened to kill me, and you didn't even give him out-of-school suspension. And I go across the street to get a vanilla iced coffee, and you're trying to get me to stay an hour and a half later after school and do extra work. And she was like, yeah, that's fair. And I was like, okay, just give me the slip. She gives me the slip of like when I should come in. And I just literally never did it. She never came back after me either, which is great. I think she finally came around and realized, you know, maybe I should stop like breaking Austin's dick every opportunity I get. Let's just let him be for right now. And that's pretty much the entire end of the whole story. Kid threatened to kill my family and me. Never did. He was just super, super angry about some stuff that happened at his house. He's cool now. Made me shit my pants and think I was going to die that day. I didn't. principal tried to fucking get me in trouble over buying coffee. That's pretty much it. Long ass video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy it. Leave any of your fucked up stories in the comments down below, because I always read through them. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.
Straight. My boss is a fucking bitch. Matter of fact, you can tell that hoe I fucking quit. I just gathered dollars.